The man wakes up on a shore, waves washing over him. Armed guards find him and drag him into a grand, ancient-looking building. He is brought before an old man who struggles to eat his meal. The man pulls out a gun and a small spinning top, placing them on the table. The old man recognizes the spinning top, realizing the man has come back for him. This is Dom Cobb, and he's here to bring an old friend home from a dream. We flash back to a different time. Cobb and his partner, Arthur, pitching an idea to a wealthy businessman named Saito. They claim they can protect his mind from thieves who steal secrets from dreams. In reality, Cobb and Arthur are the thieves, and this is all a ruse to steal secrets from Saito himself. They're inside Saito's dream. The dream starts to collapse. The room shakes, and water bursts through the windows. Saito realizes he is dreaming because the carpet is made of the wrong material. Cobb's team had made a mistake. They try to escape, but Saito's subconscious projections, which are like his mind's personal security guards, attack them. They need to wake up, but dying in the dream isn't the way. They use a kick, a sudden jolt, to wake themselves up. They wake up, but they are still in a dream. It's a dream within a dream. This time they are in a hotel room. Arthur is trying to get the information from Saito, but Cobb is distracted by a vision of his wife, Mal. She appears and causes chaos, revealing their plan to Saito. Mal is a projection of Cobb's own guilt, and she sabotages his missions. Saito, now aware of their plan, turns the tables on them. He reveals he was actually auditioning them for a job. Doesn't want to steal an idea. He wants to plant one. This is called Inception, and it's considered impossible. The goal is to plant an idea so deep in someone's mind that they think it's their own. Cobb initially refuses, saying it's too dangerous. But Saito offers him a reward he can't refuse, a way to clear his name. Cobb is a wanted fugitive in the United States, unable to see his children. Saito has the power to make all his legal problems disappear, allowing him to go home. With this motivation, Cobb agrees to take on the impossible job. To pull off Inception, Cobb needs to assemble the best team. He has Arthur, his reliable point man who handles the details. He needs a new architect, someone to design the dream worlds. He finds a brilliant young student named Ariadne, tests her by taking her into a shared dream, where he teaches her how to manipulate the dream world, bending cities, and creating impossible structures. Ariadne is fascinated, but also terrified when she learns about Mal. Cobb's projection of his dead wife is a constant threat. She can appear at any time and destroy their plans. Ariadne realizes that Cobb is carrying a heavy burden, but she agrees to join the team, determined to help him navigate his own mind. Next, they need a forger named Eames. Eames can change his appearance within a dream, impersonating other people to manipulate the target. They also recruit Yusuf, a chemist who can create powerful sedatives. These sedatives will allow them to create a stable dream within a dream within a dream, a 3-level deep dream state needed for Inception. The target is Robert Fisher, the heir to a massive energy empire. Saito wants them to plant the idea in Fisher's mind to break up his father's company. This would benefit Saito's own business. The plan is to make Fisher believe that breaking up the company was his own idea, a final wish from his dying father. The team plans to execute the mission during a 10-hour flight from Sydney to Los Angeles. This long, uninterrupted period is perfect for their multi-layered dream. They drugged Fisher's water, and soon the entire team, along with Fisher and Saito, are plugged into the portable dream machine. They enter the first level of the dream, a rainy downtown city designed by Ariadne. Yusuf is driving the van, and his job is to provide the kick by driving off a bridge. However, things go wrong immediately. Fisher's subconscious has been trained to defend against extractors, and his projections are like a private army, heavily armed and ready for a fight. Saito gets shot during the firefight. This is a huge problem. Because of the powerful sedative, dying in the dream won't wake them up. Instead, they will fall into limbo, an unconstructed dream space, a raw, infinite subconscious where they could be trapped for what feels like an eternity. Despite the danger, they press on. They manage to kidnap Fisher and put him to sleep, taking him down to the second dream level. This level is a hotel, where the team's plan is to convince Fisher that his godfather, Browning, is plotting against him. Eames impersonates Browning to plant seeds of doubt. On this level, Arthur is in charge of the kick. His plan is to use an elevator and explosives to create the jolt. Meanwhile, Cobb has a private chat with Fisher, pretending to be his head of security. He tries to guide Fisher's thoughts, suggesting that his father might have left him a secret will. While this is happening, the van on the first level is in a police chase and tumbles down a hill. Because of the physics of shared dreaming, the tumbling motion of the van affects the gravity in the hotel on the second level. The entire hotel starts to spin, leading to an incredible zero-gravity fight scene where Arthur has to creatively set up the kick for the next level. The team takes Fisher down to the third and final dream level. This level is a snowy mountain fortress. It represents Fisher's deepest defenses. Their goal here is to get Fisher into a secure room where he will find his father on his deathbed. This is where the final act of Inception will happen. Ariadne realizes that Cobb's projection of Mal is becoming more and more of a threat. She follows Cobb into a personal dream he has been hiding, a place built from his memories. There she discovers the truth. Cobb and Mal had experimented with dream sharing, going so deep they ended up in limbo. They spent what felt like 50 years there, building their own world. To escape limbo, Cobb had to perform Inception on his own wife. He planted the idea in her mind that their world wasn't real. The idea took hold, but it was too powerful. Even after they woke up in the real world, Mal continued to believe that her reality was still a dream. She became convinced that the only way to wake up was to end her life. Tragically, Mal tried to force Cobb to join her by staging a scene that implicated him in her death, which is why he is a fugitive. Cobb is haunted by this, and his projection of Mal is his guilt personified, trying to sabotage him so he will stay trapped in the dream world with her forever. Back in the mountain fortress, the team is under heavy attack. Fisher is close to the secure room, but Mal appears and fatally shoots him. Fisher is sent down to limbo. Cobb and Ariadne decide to follow him, to rescue him and complete the mission. Saito, who was shot in the first level, has also died and fallen into limbo. In limbo, Cobb confronts his projection of Mal. He finally accepts his responsibility for her death and lets her go. Ariadne finds Fisher and gives him a kick by pushing him off a building, sending him back up to the third level. Fisher wakes up in the snowy fortress and enters the secure room. He sees his dying father, who tells him he was disappointed that Fisher tried to be like him. He tells him to be his own man, and opens a safe revealing a simple pinwheel from Fisher's childhood. This is the moment of Inception. The idea is planted. My father doesn't want me to be him. He wants me to be my own man. Breaking up the company is now his own idea. Now, the team needs to escape. They use a series of synchronized kicks. Yusuf drives the van off the bridge in level 1. This wakes up the team in level 2. In level 2, Arthur's elevator explosion provides the kick that wakes them up in level 3. And in level 3, the exploding fortress provides the final kick. Everyone wakes up back on the plane, except for Cobb and Saito. Cobb has a final mission, to find Saito in limbo. Because so much time has passed in the dream world, Saito has become an old man. Cobb finds him, just as we saw in the beginning of the story. He reminds Saito of their agreement, and together, they wake up. Suddenly, everyone is awake on the plane. Fisher looks pensive, the idea of Inception working in his mind. Saito makes a phone call, and they land in Los Angeles. The customs agent waves Cobb through. All charges have been dropped. He's finally free. Cobb arrives at his home and sees his children playing in the yard, just as he remembered them in his dreams. He is overwhelmed with emotion, but a flicker of doubt remains. Is this real? He spins his totem, the small top. If it keeps spinning, he's still in a dream. If it falls, he's in reality. But before he can see the result, he turns away to hug his children. He no longer cares. He is finally home. The camera stays on the top. It spins, wobbles slightly, and then the screen cuts to black. If you enjoyed this recap, be sure to subscribe to Movies Recap Repo for more amazing content.